So New York Comic Con, how was that?
It was really fun.
You was in your creator bag.
Yeah. For reference, guys, I go to Comic Con every year since 2011. This was my first convention. So obviously I don't know, I feel not entitled, but I feel like a good want to attend at least one day every year. So this year I did go one day. I went Saturday, October 19th, and it was really fun. I'll start off with first. Speaking of creators, Shonen Showdown was doing one. He was there and he was doing a competition, and I just so happened to run into him, and I just wanted to go say hi to him and Kumar, and I was just like, hey, but of course, you know, the dude's got his sign out, he's got everything. I was like, what's up? What are you doing? Blah, blah, blah. And he's like, oh, we're actually about to start a game. Do you want to play? And I was like, you know, how does it work? Whatever. He explains it. I thought I could go and come back, you know. So he was like, but it's a whole bracket competition right there against so many people. So finally I was like, all right, fine, I'll do it. So I go in, I convinced my friend Tori to hop in. And I was lucky because my round, I played against Rob. And I was lucky that, because it's, you know, how they run this game for you guys that don't know. So Shonen Showdown likes to run competitions where it's like you get a team of 5 and somebody else gets a team of 5 and the crowd chooses which team is better. Yeah. And so there's different categories. So I lucked out and my category was my hero. So I was like, oh, fantastic. So my team ended up beating his.
Well, you got to explain the concept. You didn't explain what he does at all. It's a blind draft.
Yeah, it's a blind draft. Sorry.
Yeah, it's like, so you pick out random characters out the bag. You both don't know who you're picking, and they decide who has the better team.
Yes, so it's a surprise. Thank you. It's a surprise, you know. So you pick out of the bag, and then you have to choose where it is. So there's captain, vice captain, tank, support, healer. So you got to choose where this character goes. Yeah. So I was like, but it was great. I felt like I was truly using Heart of the Cards because like I had so many heavy hitters on my team. I had Hawks as my captain. I specifically remember Tokoyami was vice captain. Then I had Deku as my tank. Shigaraki, I had nowhere to put him but healer. But then my last card, they were like, nah, what do you get? My last card, I whipped out All Might. Like, it was crazy.
The support. Yeah.
It was great. It was a great time. So... Yeah. But I unfortunately didn't win the whole bracket, but my friend Tori did, and she won the $100.
How was that experience now? Because I feel like you've gone to conventions prior to us, you know, starting the podcast, you know, just as a cosplayer aspect. And then obviously when we went to Anime NYC, you know, we created our own content, you know, for ourselves. But I guess how was it this time, kind of like being there as somebody who's now more familiar, I guess, with other content creators and things like that? Did that feel any different for you this time around?
I think so, because you see everyone doing something separate. You know, going to Comic-Con, there's different things you can go to, like Artist Alley and like the little game booths and things like that. And, you know, there's something for everybody. But to see like essentially your friends like going around like, oh, hey, there's, you know, Kumar's doing a video over here, you know, people are doing interviews, and to see like, oh, Rob's doing another thing. Like, it's cool to just be able to like, hey, what's up? Like, what are you doing? It's nice to be able to interact with all these content creators, because you guys went with me at Anime NYC. I get stopped all the time because I see a lot of my friends there, but to see a lot of my friends doing things there, it's more fun. And
these are our peers, you know.
Yeah,
what I mean? Like, we're all like in this creating space together, so it's different. You're like, oh, y'all are working.
Yeah, y'all are working this event clearly, because with the amount of videos that Rob puts out, it's crazy.
God bless his soul, bro.
Him and Kumar, wild. He's doing so much.
Kumar was in that Kodasha commercial thing.
Yeah, man.
Yeah,
so cool.
That was so fire,
so high quality,
amazing. Yeah. Love that. Which I was like, oh, I've been wanting to go to the. Everyone's been going. I want to go to the Kodasha.
Around the corner from my job. It's so funny.
I don't know how you didn't go.
Yeah.
I don't know. I
wasn't really feeling to go.
Yeah, I wanted
those things like that don't do it for me. Like, I don't really get a kick out of like just going to random pop. It's just not my. It's not my.
If they were
not knocking
like
nobody
merch,
else.
If they were selling like exclusive stuff, they're selling like manga books and stuff.
They're selling stuff that I can order online.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. Like,
okay, yeah, that's why
my only incentive is to like look real quick, and I think also because like I think the native New Yorker in me pulls out like ruins enjoying random things like that. Like, I'm just like, hey, see that.
You're
Like,
also not going to come into the city just for it. Literally takes like 5 minutes to walk through it
for you.
Come into the city
I'm gonna come to the city and walk back out.
I think it's more about the photo ops because like the Akira bike is there. The books, the giant books look really cool. All that kinds of stuff.
It's a great place to go create content.
Exactly.
And I feel like everybody that created so much content is like, well, I don't got nothing to do there.
Exactly.
It's not gonna be any different than what everybody else made.
But Comic-Con, so I actually had my first big like influencer experience, which was very cool. I got reached out to by someone online on Twitter, and they asked if I could try out their new game that's coming out soon. So me, from seeing Anime NYC and like their gaming station that was, you know, down below, a whole bunch of indie games and stuff like that, where there's one table, 2 chairs, and, you know, people can play as they want. So I'm having under the impression that it was like that. And I was like, yeah, of course, I'd love to play. Like, you know, I'm a video gamer. I love to play. So I was like on a tight schedule because I was literally trying to leave Rob's thing, and I was like, hey, I'll come a little later. And she was like, yeah, no, that's totally fine as long as you come before this time. I was like, great. So I come upstairs and I'm looking around on the map like, where is this thing? It's not where I thought it would be. And I walk into this giant freaking booth. That
she thought it was gonna be kind of small.
I literally thought it was gonna be a table, 2 chairs. No.
A table, 2 chairs. It's like a video game thing, girl.
But that's how they had it for Anime NYC for like the video game section. No, this was one of the biggest booths in all of Comic-Con.
Well, what's the game called?
It's called Mecha BREAK.
Okay.
So it's this game that you are a pilot, and as the name says, you are piloting a mecha robot. And it's basically like a mix between like Overwatch, where it's like a PvP, player versus player, first person shooter ish game. So it's that, but also
totally
has like it also has battle royale capabilities like Fortnite and stuff like that. So it's like it's a little bit of both. So the trial, so I met with the person, her name was Selena, she was wonderful, and she was telling me about it. And so she was like, hey, oh my god, you're Kim, nice to meet you. We like talked, she explained to me the game. First of all, the place, gorgeous. Like the amount of money they put in for the displays, like full mechas, like as if they were being built, insane. And then she told me about the game, and that was cool. And like she had no idea, like, hey, we run it. I was like, I run an anime podcast. She was like, you don't have to film. I was like, no, but I do. So it works for both of us.
She's like, no, but I do.
I do anyway.
No, but I do. Listen, girl, we're not keeping you ransom over here.
Exactly. I was like, girl, I'm just gonna do this. But also, I was like, if this is anything like Overwatch, I will enjoy it.
Yeah.
So,
what'd you think about the gameplay?
Wild. First of all, when just coming in, it's a little overwhelming because there's so much. It's like very much like the customization is insane. You can customize your robot colors of this, that, everything. Customize your pilot. You can customize your room where your mech is stored. Like,
I love customizing shit like that.
It's like to super extent. So it's one of those things where it's like there's so many options that at first you're like, what do I do? You know?
So much room for activity.
Yeah. So it was very cool. I very much enjoyed trying it out. So first it took a little bit of, you know, figuring it out, considering they did have options for both console and mouse and keyboard, but obviously I'm a console girly, so I played my little Xbox controller. Okay. And it was good. It was a very learning curve because you're a robot. You you have a sword, but you can also shoot, but you can also shield, but you can also. So I was like, whew.
Listen, girl, I feel you, man. At this ripe age of 33, sometimes it's hard for me to learn new video games.
Yeah.
So I'm like, oh, there's too many mechanics in this.
Yeah. So thankfully, my friend Tori was like, oh, have you tried this, and that? And so I was like, oh, let me try that out. Yeah. So by the time I felt comfortable enough to get into like the actual competitive part, because there was a whole section of people playing, I was like, oh, okay. So it took me a little bit, but then once I figured out how to move forward enough that I was like, okay, I'm hunting this bitch, hunting that bitch. All right. And it's like assist, elimination, this. I'm like, okay, cool. We're here. Okay. So I thoroughly enjoyed the game. Afterwards, what I was very impressed about is that they actually, like, she sat me down. She was like, all right, genuine thoughts. What are we thinking? And like me and my friend like gave a full list of like what our thoughts were and everything. And she was like, wait, let me write them down. Like, you know, she's bringing this back to HQ. So I thought that was pretty cool. You know, like they're genuinely beta testing, checking it out. And it looks like it would be a genuinely fun game. Okay. Like, so
what platforms is it going to be on?
On all of them, basically. So PC, Xbox, PS5, all
Not
kind
Switch?
of things.
Well, you're not sure.
I don't know.
Probably not. I probably can't. Switch probably can't handle it.
Maybe
a Switch 2. I don't know. Whatever.
You never know. I'm like, if the Switch can handle Overwatch, it could probably handle something like that.
What do you think is the best selling point in the game?
Maybe I think the customization was very strong.
Okay.
I think if it just fixes, my only things were like, I think the goals need to be a little clearer. And she totally said it like, understandable. That was like my perspective. But once like this is done and you get in it, this is going to be a good fighty game.
Okay.
So I think, the customization to that extent I've never seen before. Maybe that's just me. I only play a certain amount of games.
Yeah.
But I like it.
All right, cool. Well, how was the rest of Comic-Con? That's it? Really?
That was like my most fun part. And then after that, we were just exploring everything. We hit up all the giant booths. I blessed Corey with the One Piece card game thing I got at the One Piece booth.
Got that promo card Luffy, that exclusive con Luffy.
Woo!
Yeah.
Put it in your deck?
No, I don't run blue.
Yeah, the
I'm down
one
all day.
You'll be so proud of me. I did so good. I did not spend crazy at the Artist Alley, which is usually where all my money goes. Yeah. I did not.
Listen, bro, remember I told you at Anime NYCC, I made money.
That's true.
You're wild.
Walk out positive.
Telling me I'm wild for making money instead of...
I don't know how you did it. I'm so impressed.
No, I just was like, all right, well, I don't just not because like you see how my apartment is filled for the most part. I'm like, I don't need any more things for the most part. So I was like, let me get rid of some of these cards I don't need. They just here.
Yeah, I mean,
make that money.
Good for you, man. That's amazing.
Listen, it wasn't that much, but it was something.
It was something.
Plus.
It was something.
Yeah. What's up?